Oh, stop. Please stop. I hope you're not mixing a drink.
Yep.
A little strong for my taste.
It's been about 2 years since we've sanitized the fresh water system in this thing. So it's time.
It's time. Now, mind you, we use it pretty much every weekend.
Oh yeah, we use it constantly, even in the winter. Now this is empty. I'm just mixing this up with water. That way I'm not dumping straight bleach into the water tank.
Right.
I use a 1/4 cup of bleach for every 15 gallons of water. Now, different sources will tell you different things. This is just how we do it.
Yes.
Some people don't drink their water out of their fresh tank at all.
Right.
And that's fine, they just use bottled water. We, however, use the water out of our fresh tank for cooking and drinking and
Cleaning and everything, showering.
brushing our teeth.
Yes.
We've never had any problems with it.
No, we've filled up from many sources, but we've never had any problems.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with our water. It doesn't stink or anything. This is just kind of like a preemptive measure.
Yeah.
I think where the problems really come in to play is when you leave like your RV just sit for months and months and months and months and you never use it.
And then the water is stagnant in there basically.
But like I said, we use our motorhome every weekend, just about.
Yep.
All year round. We do not have a gravity fill, so I have to pump this in. This does have a sanitize / winterizing setting. All that will do is draw the bleach water from here and put it into the water lines. It does not put it into the fresh tank. I like to mix this into the fresh tank.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, what's the point of sanitizing the water lines if you're not sanitizing the source,
right,
aka the water tank?
Yeah.
So once I get this pumped in here, I'll top it off with fresh water. I'm gonna run every faucet until I smell bleach. And I'll leave it sit for 6 to 12 hours.
And then you'll dump it and refill it.
Yep, I'll drain the water lines, drain the fresh tank, refill it, flush it completely through, drain it again, and that'll be good.
Yeah, I mean, really, it takes a lot more time because you're letting it sit. And then you have to refill it, and if you have a big tank like we do, you know, it could take some.
Yeah, we have a 75-gallon tank.
Right. Imagine having one of those 200-gallon tanks, and it'd take...
Yeah.
We are finally restocking our propane. It was down to what?
Just over 1/4.
Yeah, so it was like was reading 30-something%.
Yeah, percent.
On our sea level gauges.
Filling it now, it'll last us all the way through the summer since we just use it for water heater, cooking.
Fridge if we're not hooked up to power.
Yeah, when we're traveling, we have the fridge on. So it'll last us a long time.
It will. It took just over 10.2 gallons.
Here, ducky, ducky, duck. Come here, duck. Trying to.
Reservoir is cooling out, not cracked, broken, or leaking. It's built
D-Day.
Yeah, it is.
And you're studying pre-trip inspection.
Yep, just going over a couple last minute things in my head and making sure I remember everything. Now, I've done a lot of practice tests, I guess you could say, and I passed them all, so we shall see, I guess.
And to answer your question, no, I will not be the examiner for this test. That might be a bit biased.
That's a little bit of a conflict of interest right there.
So what I'm doing today is there's an examiner working today, and I'll be testing that truck. That way she can test Lynn.
Yep. So they're kind of doing a little swap. So one of the other examiners will be testing me.
Truck is empty. And right here on the skills pad, she passed her pre-trip, talking about the maneuvers. Just did her alley dock. Got one get out and look. Oh, stop. Oh, please stop. She's good. Just gotta beep the horn. Gonna head out on the road. Good luck. What is that? Looks like your paper copy of your CDL.
Yes, it is. If you are not from Ohio or another state that does this very stupid thing, this piece of paper is actually my current driver's license.
Until the plastic shows up in the mail.
Until they mail it to me, because that's safer. Thanks, Ohio. But as you know, I went and I tested and I passed. I only missed one thing on my pre-trip.
And that was what?
And that was the front headlights, because for lights you have to check all the lights, and I was making sure that I didn't miss the clearance lights because I had missed those in the past. So of course I made sure I said those, and then I forgot to do the four-ways. Wait.
It was the four-ways that you forgot.
Yeah, it was the four-ways, not the headlights. So yeah, it was the four-ways on the front that I forgot, but that was the only thing that I missed. I got 0 points on the maneuvers. I did the straight line backing, reverse lane change.
To the right.
I can't remember.
Yeah, it was to the right.
And then I did alley dock. And I got 0 points. So I did well on that. And on the road, she said, the examiner actually said, I was trying to find points to give you, but she gave me points. I think I got like 4. So
I don't want it to sound bad. She wasn't trying to give Lynn points. It's just from the examiner's standpoint. Normally, people they're easy to point because they're not doing traffic checks. They're turning too wide, turning into the incorrect lane, things like that.
Yeah, not using their turn signal far enough ahead, or anything like that, going over the white line or anything like that. But
so if you were well trained.
Yeah, I had a good trainer for sure. Mike did a good job. I think it was difficult for him to train me because I don't like to study. I mean, I made it through high school and got my associate's degree and that stuff with pretty much never studying ever.
And
it's
then
just not my thing.
After you passed the CDL test, just for whatever, you went and added your tanker endorsement.
I did. So, and that was also thanks to Mike. He said, you could just go get your tanker endorsement. And I was like, why? He's like, why not? And I was like, So I took a practice test and I got like a 90%. So I was like, you know what? I'll just go do it. And I passed that. So now I actually have tanker endorsement on my Class B CDL.
And we just got a text from Jeff Cowell. So those of you that want to text us, the number is always in the description, right?
Yes, the number is always in the description. I can put it in text right at the bottom of the screen too, and that's free for everyone. Send us text. We actually just took a phone call on it as well. I'm pretty happy that I finally got my Class B CDL. Thank you, Mike, for taking the time out of your days to help me along the way. I am what you would call a procrastinator.
A little bit.
My permit was set to expire this month in May. So I am glad that it is now completed.
Yeah, you had like 15 days until it was going to expire.
Yeah.
I kind of pushed the issue because for the past couple years, Lynn has said she wants to do it, but then the feds, for those of you that are in the know, the feds have changed the rules where you cannot just go get your permit and then train with a family member or a friend and then go take the test.
Right.
You now have to receive training.
Yep.
And that does not necessarily mean that you have to go to a truck driving school, but that's what most people do. You just have to receive training that meets the federal requirements, I guess you should say.
Yeah.
Because there's companies like, let's just say like FedEx, UPS, Pepsi, Coke, you know, the big companies. They always did their own in-house training, and they're still able to, but they just had to register as a training provider, basically.
Okay. Yeah, so that was a big change. I got my permit before those rules went into place. So all I had to do was get my permit test, which I took, got my permit, and then finally, almost 6 months later,
here we are.
Before it was going to expire, I tested and passed very successfully. So I'm pretty happy with that. I don't know if I'll ever use it, but it's always something that I like to have in my back pocket because you just never know the future. It's just something nice to have.
I agree.
So if you guys have your CDL, let us know in the comments if you think I did well. If you'd like to know more about anything CDL wise, Mike is kind of the guru there. So drop it in the comments below and let us know.
Dogs are bored. Like, shut up. Shut up.
Stop talking.
Yeah, we have our heater out still and the window is open.
Yeah.
It's,
the heater's not on.
Right. But it's that time of year where it's 55 or so in the daytime, warm in the sun, and then at night it's like 43 degrees.
Or colder. Yeah.
So that's why we use the windows being open during the day and then the heat at night.
And the biggest surprise of the weekend, it's sunny out.
In our last video, we had the doors off on the Jeep. Now, disclaimer, we've paid for this stuff. We always have to say that, or else people accuse us of whatever. But we paid for these. How much were these?
$20, I think.
So we had the doors off on the Jeep, and I mean, over the years we kept saying we need to get some foot pegs for our Jeeps.
Yeah.
And we found some. Got a paw print.
Yeah. They're so cute.
They're not bad for, I mean, $20.
They're
steel.
They're steel, and they have like the little padding so that they won't.
Yeah, it won't screw up your paint. It's got like rubber here and some kind of protector there.
Yeah, they're pretty cheap. So I'm pretty happy with them so far. We have not used them yet because we have yet to get that nice of weather back.
Yeah, it's been cold. It's been raining. Here's the box, just if anybody is interested.
Yeah, we got them off of Amazon. I will put a link in the description. They do have other designs other than the dog paw print design. They had flags, they had a Jeep symbol, they had all kinds of stuff. So
yeah, Jeep people are weird.
Yeah, but I like the paw prints. So that's what I got. As most of you probably know, I even have a paw prints tattoo.
Looks like we got a new product to try.
Yes, this one I was actually pretty intrigued about because, as you guys know, we do love a campfire and we do encounter a lot of rain.
A little bit.
And this is kind of like the old school campfire, setup. So what we have here is the spark. As you can see, we've tested it out in the sink, by the way.
Yeah, don't use it indoors.
Don't use it indoors. And we're excited to try it out because you can see it says waterproof, windproofed, 5-minute burn. So that's exactly why I was like, yes, I definitely want to try this because wind and water follows us pretty much everywhere, and we love to have big campfires. Let's see what's in here. Oh. Huh. I guess I didn't expect them to look like little pink. They smell good. Smell that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and these are like what you catch on fire.
Yeah, it smells like I would eat it.
Yeah, it smells really delicious. It says, rain or shine, wet or windy, start your fire with just a single spark and 100% waterproof Bigfoot Bushcraft fire plugs. So you get 5 minutes of burn out of one of these plugs.
And you got a whole bag of them.
Yeah, there's a ton in here.
And I guess this tin is to store them in.
Yeah, you can store them in there. That way you don't have to use this, you know, take this out with you. Like if you're backpacking or hiking or anywhere. That way this is kind of like a little waterproof tin. Keep it in there. This is just another lanyard with another spark igniter. I'm not really sure what they call that, but it's what you rub against the thing to create
Make sparks. It makes sparks. Yes, there you go.
It makes sparks. We're going to actually give this a try in our next video. So if you guys want to see how this works out, stay tuned because we will be using this.